Zip Zalar Field here at Tiffin Calvert facilities. You're here on the pregame show brought to you by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant. Nate Mullins and Greg Kinn on the call with you here today, and we have our first pitch being thrown out today. That's a very well done on the first pitch. I missed his first name, Greg. I was writing stuff down.
I missed it, too, because I was going through the scenes.
I'll get it. I'll get it.
I think they had a post about him, too, on Facebook, I believe. I think he's an 8th grader or something.
Yes, they just made an announcement about it, so I want to make sure
Autism Awareness Month. Yeah. So, yeah, Austin's got a great angle over there, but unfortunately it was not a good angle for that because they had the whole line of blue people standing there in front of it.
But once again, we're here in the pregame show brought to you by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant for today's SBC River rivalry matchup between the Hopewell-Loudon Chieftains, the visiting team, and the Tiffin Calvert Senecas, the home team. I'm Nate Mullins on the call with Greg the Wizard Kinn, and we've got Austin Rodriguez on the camera today. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Let's take a moment and thank our sponsors before we get to the start of this broadcast here. We want to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, National Machinery, Hope in Fostoria, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, UIS Insurance and Investments, Lee's Floor Covering, Vicek Orthodontics, Kuhn Sales and Service, Simonis Detailing, the Ohio Army National Guard, and Feasel's Frame and Collision. All proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Very proud sponsors. Nate, I just kind of want to mention this to the audience listening. You know, anytime you're watching YouTube or you open up the W2L Weather app and you see an ad play for Your Legacy, that's our commercial.
That's right.
That we made for them. They chose to use that commercial for those things. So that makes us feel like a very proud sponsor.
Absolutely. And, I mean, that's just one of the things that we can do for our sponsors. And anybody out there who's interested, you know, obviously the video commercials that we make, we broadcast those on our broadcast. And we're proud to do that. But, you know, if we make a commercial for any of our sponsors,
they get to buy it and own it. And
yeah,
they get
they
to do whatever
buy
they want with it,
own
obviously.
it, and then do whatever they want with it after that. And, I mean, you've probably seen that Your Legacy commercial a few times. YouTube.
Dude, I see it all the time on YouTube. And
I see it on Spectrum now. It's an ad on Spectrum.
It makes me have a big, proud dad smile
Absolutely.
or something every time I see it. I'm like,
I made that.
I'm like, I can't believe a commercial we made is on YouTube right now. This is so awesome.
There's a big matchup here today between Tiffin Calvert and Hopewell-Loudon. As Calvert, the home team, at 11-2, 9-1 in league play, hosting Hopewell-Loudon 13-2 and 9-1 in league play. So both of these teams jockeying for that top position in the SBC River, the vaunted SBC River. Because, Greg, you talk about, I mean, just a gauntlet that these teams have to go through every year. And this year is just, I mean, loaded with talent.
Yeah, and I mean, it feels like we really are just getting started with the baseball season, and they've already played 10 games in the SBC. They're 9-1.
Yeah,
that's insane. You want to talk about running the gauntlet? You've already ran through 10 SBC games this season.
We're past the halfway point.
That's incredible.
Past the halfway point
That's
already.
Incredible.
Unreal.
And for both of these teams to come out after 10 games at 9-1 is just unreal. Shows you the level of talent on both of these squads.
We'll get to the starting lineups here in just a moment, brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. We'll have your keys to the game brought to you by Lee's Floor Covering sometime during the first inning. And, of course, coming into this one, both teams riding a little bit of a winning streak as Calvert won 8 games in a row after they dispatched Gibsonburg on Wednesday 13-3. They did have a game scheduled for Friday against St. Joe's, but obviously every game on Friday got rained out. It was a wet one. We were supposed to be Columbian and Perkins on Friday.
It was a crazy day because at midday it looked beautiful outside.
At noon, I'm like, there's no way. They're not going to cancel this. It's going to be a beautiful game.
He said, I don't think they're going to cancel. Like, look at outside. I said, I don't know, man. My arm's pretty swollen up. I think the rain's coming. Soon enough, man, did it pour.
But 8 on Wednesday, dispatched Gibsonburg 13-3, and then Hopewell-Loudon riding a 6-game winning streak of their own after they dispatched Seneca East 5-1 on Wednesday.
So both teams coming in with Uncle Mo on the roster right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Man, that just brings more to this game when you both are riding winning streaks. Not to mention you have matching records. It's just, could it be stakes be higher for this?
And it always is when these two teams match up. Obviously, they've already matched up earlier this season. As the first game between these two teams, Calvert took the win 7-2
so they handed
over in Bascom.
The only loss in the SBC.
That's right.
That's crazy. I always like it when these teams play each other, too, because of the contrasting colors. The red versus blue. Oh, my God. I want them to shut this song off right now. I'm going to lose my mind. Tommy, if you're watching right now,
Don't.
please help me.
Don't. Yeah, Hopewell's only losses this year are to Tiffin, Calvert, and Upper Sandusky, as they fell on the road in Upper Sandusky to the Rams 6-4. That's a tough
Who
team.
did Calvert lose to?
Edison, and they lost to Lakota. It was a comeback win for the Raiders.
I remember that game now.
All right, here's the first pitch coming up. Tucker Coleman on the mound for Tiffin Calvert.
First pitch coming up, and if you're out there watching, it's still not too late to get on and sponsor. You could be the first pitch sponsor right now.
That's right.
First pitch, 5-10.
We still need a replay sponsor. We ain't done yet.
Still got 9 games to broadcast here, folks.
Then you talk about postseason.
That went in there for a strike. And it's 1-1 here on Jack Calatrulio.
Man, it's going to be summer before we know it, ain't it, Nate?
It really is, Greg.
Whoa!
Calatrulio hits this one into the air. Shortstop calls for it, makes the play for the first out. Blake Coleman at shortstop today as Charlie Palm plays second base. And you got Logan Ritzler at third, Cameron Moyer at first,
Sounds like
Connor Moyer at that catcher. What'd you say, Craig?
So that sounds like starting lineups. I was like, I better put this graphic up. He's naming off these kids.
And that one in there for a strike to Braden Brickman. Brickman doing the catching today. Watches that one up high.
Del Austin did a great job with the pitch game position today. Looks real good out there.
Yeah, it looks very good.
We talked about it before the game. I love this backstop here at Calvert. Just the logo,
Oh, yeah.
the clean word across there just looks slick. Great facilities here. They were working on them before the game started.
The 1-1 outside. Yeah, that's the one thing I always notice about, this coaching staff over here at Calvert. Obviously, they're great coaching these kids. They do a great job, but you got Brian Coleman on that staff, your field's going to look immaculate.
Yeah. I mean, these kids, you can tell they all know the value of hard work out here. Like, they take pride in this field because they're the ones that do it.
3-1 count here on Brickman. Three-1 is high, and he walks him.
It's a close one. Not too bad. A little high.
That'll put a runner on with one out for Kellen Frankert. Starting pitcher today for the Chieftains.
Nate, I believe our next 2 games are here, or across the street, and then back here.
That's right. That one in there for a strike. Nice breaking ball there.
Might as well just leave this table here for the next week.
Nah.
But it is nice
We
to
got to
be
move
down
it
here.
across the street anyway. For
It is nice to be down here. I love this place.
the 0-1. Swung
Smacked.
on, hit into right field. This one's
Smacked.
going to get down, and this one's going to be trouble.
Nice. What a great
Right
spot
fielder
to land.
catches up to it, but this is going to put runners on second and third with one out on a well-hit ball by Kellen Frankert.
Just landing in that danger zone out there, right between the outfielder and the foul line. It's great. Great spot to land out there. And he smacked that one hard, too. I love a good swag.
Got to bring up Cohen Senebal. Senebal hitting .457 on the year for the Chieftains. 16 hits and 35 at-bats. He's missed some time with some injuries. Actually, they're going to go ahead and walk him.
Oh.
They said, you know what? This guy's getting hit just about every other time he comes up, so.
He said, I don't think this guy's got any rust. Go ahead and take the base.
You're right. And that'll bring up Thomas Daniel. That one inside to Daniel, and it's 1-0 with the bases loaded and one out. Here in the top of the first.
Already getting some excitement here in this one.
Absolutely.
Neither team wasting any time.
1-0 is in there for a strike. Coleman comes set, and a step off here. That one in there for a strike. It's
Nice.
1-2. Nice pitch. Thomas Daniel on the season, batting .295, 13 hits and 44 at bats. That one in the dirt. He's got 9 RBIs, looking to add to that total here. 2-2 count. Bases loaded, 1 out. Here's the pitch. This one hit to second. Palm up with it. Underhand to second. The throw to first is in time. Double play.
Wow.
Coleman gets out of the jam.
Wow.
What a play by the defense to get out of that one.
Yeah, you ain't kidding me. I thought at best they'd maybe get one of them there. But this team just continues to surprise.
I'll tell you what, Senebal almost beat that out from first to second with his speed.
I mean,
wow.
I'm surprised. You know, you're surprised on both ends. Not surprised, impressed on both ends by the speed of the runner and by them being able to get the double play in time. It's going to be one of those games. Nate, I noticed in the pitch cam, just a little thing here. I haven't seen this before. Notice the TC that's put on the pitcher mound. Yeah, they got that little logo out there.
I like that.
Just the little things.
It's the little things.
Love it. Now watch this pitcher probably rub it out with his foot. He's like, no. Like, no, this ain't college football. They're not going to plant the flag or spray paint in HL on the mound or something like that.
Right. All right, let's go through our starting lineups. Brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. As today for...
Do you want to talk about that? Sorry, you can go ahead and do that, and I'll have to get to you. I was going to.
You talk about that?
Yeah, yeah.
We'll do that when he comes up.
Okay. I wasn't sure because they were coming up to bat. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, he's like 4th up, so
Okay,
hopefully
gotcha.
we'll get a chance to get to that this inning. But once again, our starting lineups brought to you by our friends at UIS Insurance and Investments for the Hopewell-Loudon Chieftains. We'll go through the batting order here. As number 11, Jack Calatrulio playing center field. Number 1, Braden Brickman doing the catching today. Number 6, Kellen Frankert on the pitching mound. Number 12, Cohen Senebal. He's at third base. Number 8, Thomas Daniel at first base. Matthew Wyman playing second base. Number 21, Asher Smith at shortstop. And I assume his brother Austin Smith is the DH, number 15. But you know what they say about assuming.
Yeah, and Smith is a very common name.
Yes.
So you never know.
Braylon Martinez, number 3, is in right field, and Brody Brickman is in left field. That's your starting lineup for the Hopewell-Loudon Chieftains. And now for Tiffin Calvert. Starting out at the top of the lineup, Blake Coleman, shortstop. Batting second, Vincenzo Lyons, the left fielder, sorry. Batting third, AJ Shoemaker, the right fielder. Batting fourth, Connor Moyer, the catcher. Batting fifth, Cameron Moyer, the first baseman. Batting sixth, Charlie Palm, the second baseman. Batting seventh, Cash Lee, center fielder. And first pitch from Frankert is up high to Blake Coleman. DHing today is Cohen Stoll, number 14. He's DHing for the pitcher, Tucker Coleman. And rounding out the starting lineup, Logan Ritzler, number 3, playing third base. There's your starting lineups brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. Here's the 1-1, and it's inside to Coleman. Frankert's put together a pretty impressive season so far. We'll go through his pitching stats here in just a moment. As Coleman hits that one to second. Second baseman gloves and throws to first for the first out. Talk about Kellen Frankert on the mound this year. 34 2/3 innings pitched. 2.02 ERA, 49 strikeouts in 34 2/3 innings pitched. So he's sitting them up and setting them down, Greg. Impressive season so far.
He's got more this season than I have in my whole career.
And he is 5-0 on the year as Vincenzo Lyons watches that one up high.
You can see what kind of like velocity that thing's flying in there.
Oh, yeah.
Just like right off the bat. Kid's got an arm.
Well, we knew that because we watch him on the gridiron. He can sling it over there, too, so.
Lots of really talented athletes in this area.
And he's just a sophomore,
Greg.
Greg.
It's such a joy to cover him, man.
That one inside, and it's 3-0 here on Lions. Vincenzo Lyons batting .275 on the year, 11 hits and 40 at-bats. Watching all the way. That went in there for a strike. As Greg mentioned, we'll be back down here on Friday night. Calvert softball.
Yep.
And Lyons watches that one down low for a walk.
I guess our first softball game of the season, isn't it?
It absolutely is. And we got a few more coming.
Now that AJ Shoemaker.
Yeah, we got kind of I noticed the schedule this week's like Monday, Friday, and then I think the next coming week it's a little more jam-packed.
Yeah, just a little bit. It gets a little bit more jam-packed as we get closer to the postseason here. First pitch to AJ Shoemaker is in there for a strike. Shoemaker batting .395 on the year, 15 hits and 38 at-bats. 2 doubles and a triple on the year. Ooh. Throw to first is off the mark.
Tell you, on a beautiful day like this, Nate, you know what I love about what we do is that you don't have to choose between being at the ball game or being out and doing something nice. You could be sitting on your boat right now.
That's right.
Watching
That's right.
the ball game. You do
Take us with you wherever you go.
I love it. I love it.
Front row from anywhere. That's what I always say.
Because, like, yeah, it's a beautiful day to be here, but it's also a beautiful day to do anything.
Here's the 0-2. Shoemaker
Nice.
laces that one up the middle. Second baseman gloves over to second. The relay in time.
Wow.
Double play. What a play by the Chieftain defense. So 2 double plays to close out the inning.
Yeah.
And no score after 1 here from Zip Zalar Field. We'll step aside and take a timeout. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
For over 150 years, National Machinery in Tiffin has been setting the standard in metal forming technology. Our innovative cold forming machinery is trusted by industries worldwide, from automotive to aerospace. We pride ourselves on delivering top quality products and world-class customer support, ensuring your business runs smoothly. At National Machinery, we're more than just a company. We're your partner in precision, innovation, and success. Visit us online and see how we're shaping the future, one part at a time.
At Vicek Orthodontics, they're all about creating confident, healthy smiles for every age. Dr. Vicek and the team use the latest techniques to make your orthodontic journey comfortable and effective. Discover the difference of personalized care and a smile you'll be proud to show off. Schedule your consultation with Vicek Orthodontics today.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome back to Zip Zalar Field, Tiffin, Ohio. Nate Mullins and Greg the Wizard Kinn on the call with you here today. Austin Rodriguez doing a great job on the main cam. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We begin the second inning. No score between Tiffin Calvert and Hopewell-Loudon, 2 of the top teams in the SBC River this year.
So we can mention our SkyCam sponsor, but tonight it's just going to be the backstop camera because
Yes.
we didn't have enough room to get it up high. So there's a nice little view though from sitting back, basically right where we're at.
Had it lined up without the net, but then the
net
wind
moves.
just kind of moves that net around.
We've had these net problems since day one of baseball, man. Remember when they were nice enough at Columbian, they used to let us cut a little notch in the net, stick our camera through?
Yeah, and then we got yelled at about that.
They told us we could do it.
Hey, Kurt Malott told us we could do that. Kurt Malott, he'd say, hey, I don't know. You ask Kurt. That wouldn't mean
I'm pretty sure I ended up like bringing things to like just hook the net back together after I was done.
No, actually, I think that was Dan Hartzell that was like, you know what? Whatever, go ahead. He was like, I'm out the door anyway. I got 1 foot out the door. Go ahead, do what you want.
Does that just make a small little hole? It's all right. I fix it. But I mean, back then, we really didn't have any choice. Now we found a few ways to get around that.
That'll bring up Matthew Wyman, leading off here in the top half of the second inning. 2-0 count. That went in there for a strike.
He thought about that one for a second. Oh,
Swung on and missed. Coleman goes up high with that one. Gets him a chase.
I feel like that's what he wanted to do on the last one there.
Count even at 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swung on, foul tipped into the glove for out number 1.
Austin Smith.
Got to bring up Austin Smith, the DH. Smith batting .276 on the year. 8 hits and 29 at-bats. 2 doubles, 6 singles. 6 RBIs on the year.
Have you made a TikTok yet of that video with the pitch hitting the bat behind you?
No, I need to.
I was gonna say.
You just reminded me. There's actually 2 clips from that game that I need to make
I keep thinking
reels
about
out
it.
of.
Every time somebody comes up the bat, I was thinking about it.
That one in there for a strike, evens it up at 1-1.
So maybe we'll get to see something else that we've never seen before today.
It'll probably involve Cam Warrior somehow. Here's the 1-1. Low, 2-1. Boy, it's just a beautiful day for baseball, isn't it, Greg? I mean,
Yeah.
just gorgeous. What, 78 right now? Just This one hit back up the middle. Glove, throw over to first, and they get the second out of the inning there.
Just on it, man.
Coleman does a nice job defensively there, charges in to make the play. And that'll bring up Braylon Martinez. Martinez, 12 for 27 on the year for a .444 batting average. 5 RBIs on the year. Third on the team with 10 steals. A .464 on base percentage, so he gets on base. That one up over his head into the backstop. It's 1-1.
Tell him to stop trying to throw that ball at us.
He's testing the net, Greg.
You know what this weather makes me want to do, Nate? Ride a motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a sponsor out there and you want to sponsor Greg's motorcycle, buy me a front end.
That one in there for a strike. It's 1-2.
Put a business all over the front end of the
I
motorcycle.
wonder if John Deere would sponsor you.
Maybe if I went and gave him my sob story.
1-2 the count. That one's down low, and it's 2-2.
So, you know your family was technically responsible for this, John.
John.
Yes, I'd like to speak to Mr. Deere. John?
Is John here?
Is John here?
The 2-2 swung on and missed. Actually, it's foul tipped into the glove.
Just like
and
that.
that's out number 3. 1-2-3 go the Chieftains. Here in the top half of the second inning.
You guys are going to keep me on it here today. I'm going to have to be pushing buttons, changing numbers fast. I ain't wasting no time.
Not messing around today. Let's talk about our keys to the game, brought to you by Lee's Floor Covering. For Tiffin Calvert today, I think your key, play sound defensively, limit your mistakes on the base paths. If you get on base, don't make yourself an easy out. You know, I see a couple times they get caught kind of in rundown situations this year on games that we've been covering.
And Calvert's too good to do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Like not Calvert. I mean, Hopewell's too good to do that against. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You got to take advantage of every opportunity, and you really got to limit your mistakes, especially on the base paths. So, for Hopewell-Loudon, stay ahead in the count. Make them hit their way on. For Tiffin Calvert, you got to. If you're Kellen Frankert today, get ahead in the count. You want to work from that 0-1, 1-2 count. Don't let them get into those 2-1, 3-1 counts.
You want this to be the hardest bases they've ever had to earn themselves.
Exactly. Well, you want them pressing at the plate.
Yeah.
You know, if you let them into their situation where it's a 2-1, 3-1 count, they're just waiting for their pitch.
Yeah.
You want them in defense mode.
And you can tell just by looking at both these teams how much they're zoned in and focused on this because they know what's at stake.
Speaking of zoned in, let's talk about Connor Moyer here as the ultimate Moyer. Connor Moyer hitting .429 with 4 homers and 14 RBIs, but those 4 homers have come in his last 3 games, folks. He's 6 of 11, 4 home runs and 8 RBIs in his last 3 games.
Wow.
This one up high. I wonder if they're going to give him anything to swing at here, Greg. I mean,
he's just been having a heck of a run since that day in New Eagle.
Yeah. That day in New Eagle is what started it for sure, because he was 3 for 4 that day.
Maybe,
This one fouled up and back.
I don't know where that one went. I say maybe he got a little mad that day that he never got to hit the ball, so he's taking it out now.
Right?
He's like, you guys wasted a whole game. I didn't get to hit it all.
The 1-1. Inside.
Trying to take his knees out.
2-1 to count. And this is what I'm talking about here, Greg. You want to avoid these kind of situations if you're Kellen Frankert. Because you don't want him hunting for his pitch. Moyer smokes this one, left center, left fielder under it, and he's going to make the catch. So just short
Yeah, I was going to say that
of
was
the
a close
warning
one.
track.
Man.
I'll tell you what, he's seeing the ball really well right now, Greg.
Yeah.
If that was,
These are some of the best, farthest hits I've seen him make this season.
he's just
smoking
squaring.
that
He's
thing.
squaring up on it really well.
Just shows some of his progression this season. It's getting even better every year.
1 out for Cameron Moyer. Swung on and missed.
Do you think they argue about which one's Mario and which one's Luigi?
No, they're both Mario.
That makes sense. Mario. That's hard to say.
Tommy said it without even. I mean, it rolled right off his tongue the first time.
I still think Chef Moyardee is way easier to say, though.
Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed.
Just right above the bat. He was looking at that one.
Tried to give that one a ride, but just underneath of it. Nice pitch from Frankert, though, man. I mean, he's on it. Right now, he's in the zone.
Yeah, had a good look to there because he definitely thought he had his pitch there. But like I said, it swung just right underneath of it, man.
He's only given up the 1 walk, but he got the double play, so he's still at the minimum so far. Charlie Palm at the plate. Watches that one in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Palm hitting .318 on the season. 14 hits and 44 at-bats. Hits this one pretty well to left center field. This one is going back, and the left fielder will make the play near the fence. 1, 2, 3, go the Senecas. No score after 2. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. Why go to Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin? Because at Lee's Floor Covering, they know that selecting the right flooring for your home can be overwhelming. They make choosing the right items for your home simple. At Lee's Floor Covering, they have one of the largest selections of floor covering in Northwest Ohio, including Abbey Carpet and Floor. Stop in and see for yourself what everyone raves about at Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin. You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome back here to Zip Zalar Field. Nate Mullins, Greg the Wizard Kinn with you here. Austin Rodriguez on the main cam. Thanks for tuning in here with us on Heart of Ohio Sports on a beautiful Monday evening.
And yes, folks, that's correct. It is the top of the third already. We've been in this for about 30 minutes now, and that
Actually,
doesn't
not
include
even.
the
It
whole
was-
game. Yeah.
first
so we
pitch
had
was
starts and
5:10.
stuff. Yeah, so we had some festivities beforehand. So
Yeah.
and I started the stream earlier than that, so
Yeah.
we're probably not even 20 minutes into this game. These teams, man, they're just, like I said, they're mistake-free kind of teams, and if you don't make mistakes, this game can go real quick.
First pitch in there for a strike to Brody Brickman.
Ooh.
Swung on and missed. Nice pitch there. Tied him up inside.
Yeah. So that was coming in low, but he got him looking at it good.
Watches that one. 1-2 the count. Brickman hitting .302 on the year. 13 hits and 43 at-bats. 8 RBIs.
Ooh.
Hits this one to the third baseman.
Oh.
Ritzler boots it off the heel of his glove. And he was going to have to make a heck of a play to get that out anyways. It's kind of hit in between the shortstop and third baseman, so he would have had to pretty much make a great play to get that throw over in time because Brickman was so fast out of the box.
I still thought he had a chance, so man, until it bounced out of the glove there, and I was like, oh, what are you doing? And then he kind of just stopped. I was like, that ain't happening now.
So that'll be charged an error on Ritzler. This one hit to short. Coleman slings it over to second. The relay, not in time.
Almost.
Nice hustle out of the box by Jack Colatrulio. And you know he's got wheels, Greg. He leads the team with 22 steals on the year. So now that he's on base, Coleman going to have to keep an eye on him over there, keep him honest.
I think sometimes, like, me, myself included, people don't realize how quick you have to be able to steal a base. Like, look at the speed in which the pitcher throws the ball to the baseman, and it's just like, you got to beat that ball.
Absolutely.
See, there goes Nate.
Runner off, throw down, not in time.
Ooh, almost, though, man.
Colatrulio in there safely once again with his league-leading 23rd steal. Leads the league by 10 steals there, Greg.
Wow.
Nobody else even comes close by double digits.
That's crazy. I mean, he has to be quick. Like, there's no coincidence about that.
What's Tommy say? Quicker than a hiccup?
Yeah, because if you aren't quick and you try stealing that many times, you ain't going to make it that many times. Got to get you need a new glove out here or something?
Yeah, I think he might have an issue with his equipment here.
How many of these Senecas pitchers are going to put holes in the catcher's gloves?
Oh, he fired that one in there. It was a pitch out. You could tell he was trying to get the runner there.
So I know we've had an issue before with the catcher's glove in one game. I think it was coming apart. Somebody had to get a new one. So. Oh, what are they doing? Searching for a glove now? I heard the coach saying, try that one.
I think it's a mask.
We're going to go live now to our reporter on the scene, Austin. What's going on down there, Austin? She's like right in there.
Austin, do you have an update for us?
She's like, I'm not talking.
Austin, you're live. In 3, 2, 1, and...
It's the mask.
It's the mask. Thank you.
Great reporting there, Austin.
Dynamite drop in. That broadcast school seems to be really paying off, Austin.
I'm going to make a picture of her with just the quote underneath it. It just says, it's the mask. She's going to win the Reporter of the Year award at the Hoosies.
Connor's disqualified now.
I can just tell, like, in her voice that she don't want to say anything.
Thank you. Thank you.
He said, you're live. And she's like, you really doing this to me?
Are you serious? Really?
It's the mask. Is it the mask? Let's see if this is right.
We should have been playing that the whole time.
I know, I just seen it.
One ball, no strikes.
Everybody's got their mask.
Runner at second.
It's just like 2020 again. Everybody's got their mask. We're ready to go.
Braden Brickman watches that one outside, and it's 2-0. Kellen Frankert in the on-deck circle. And we got a little bit of a powwow here. Is this a mound visit,
We'll
Greg?
call it that.
Yeah, it's a mound visit. Brought to you by our friends at Kuhn Sales and Service.
Anytime anything happens like that, they get a little shout out.
A little shout out. I like a little shout out.
If you walk to the mound, it's a mound visit.
That's right. Here's the 2-0 to Brickman. Watches that one down low, and it's 3-0. They might just put him on. We'll see. 1 out, 3 balls, no strikes on Braden Brickman. Brickman batting .407 on the year. I'd probably just put him on here, Greg. He's got 8 doubles. Yeah, just go ahead and give him that first bagger. If anything, I'm not giving him anything to swing at here. Here's a 3-0. In there.
Nice.
Yeah, see there, if he was swinging the bat there, ain't nothing he was going to do with that. The 3-1 is low, and he walks him.
It's just crazy how,
Chieftains have a very patient approach today.
as I say, how complex pitching really is.
Yeah.
You know, from the outside perspective, it's like, okay, you throw the ball at the guy and he hits it with the bat, whatever. But, like, the mass amounts of different pitches and the way they can throw it, like are you talking about, you know, see if he hits swinging that, there's nothing to do with that. It's just craziness how, like, detailed it really can be.
Right.
And that's why not everybody is a pitcher.
And this is a Hopewell team that really doesn't draw a lot of walks.
Oh.
Moyer unable to field it cleanly at first, and that'll load the bases with 1 out for Cohen Senebal. So now you can't walk him. You got to do something with him here, Greg. Last time they had first base open, they went ahead and walked him to load the bases.
Tough situation being here.
Now you got 1 out. Bases are loaded.
And again, just a small error leads to the situation like we talked about, Nate. You can't make any mistakes between these two teams. That's all it takes is a little bobble of the ball, and now you're in the bases loaded situation.
Senebal watches that one down low. Third leading batter in the SBC, hitting 457 on the year.
I think the young kids call it having aura. You can see it off this kid, man.
He's a ball player.
Especially being in this position right here, he was ready for it.
Chop to third. Third baseman comes home, and it's off the mark.
Man.
Safe.
Wow.
2 runs will score as the throw was not where it needed to be at home plate.
Yeah, just a little off. And it goes just out to the side and then gets behind him, and that's always when trouble happens right there.
Now that slow chopper, it was going to stay fair if he'd have let it go, so he had to make a play on it.
Yeah, it was a really good hit.
And he made the right play coming home, but just throw wasn't on the mark.
I mean, it's just everything fell right for the batter in that situation there. Hit it right where it needed to be. Yeah, like you said, it's a throw been on the mark. It's a different story, but just slightly off. I thought it was on, man. It looked good when he threw it.
That'll bring up Thomas Daniel. 2 on, 1 out. 2-0 Hopewell.
Now, if Hopewell was able to win this game, that kind of makes things up a lot in the SBC, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
Seeing as how Calvert's the one that beat them.
In the end, it just comes down to overall record in the league. So if they end up with the same league record, then they just share. It's not like you get bragging rights or anything. I mean,
Well, not through the league, but through life you do.
True. They would just even the series up between the two.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm thinking of, like, the Chieftains got to want this one here today.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, they got to want it more. Now we'll see if that matters or not. I love how Hopewell-Loudon uses that C for the Chieftains.
The 2-0 fouled off and into the softball field.
I love this whole area down here, what Calvert's done with all these fields. You got the baseball field here, it's looking real great. The softball field looks amazing. I'm sure, was that like a Little League field over there or something? But it looks big time. Like, and I think there's not even, is there another one over there?
That's Coleman Field over there, I believe.
Just like this whole area is just transformed into like a Calvert athletic complex pretty much for baseball.
Shows bunt. Ooh. And pulls it back. It's 3-1 now on Brickman. Or Daniel, sorry, Thomas Daniel.
Thought there was a guy on first. Messed up.
Runners at first and third. 1 out. 3-1 count here on Thomas Daniel. Grounded into a double play last time up. And he watches that one down low to load the bases.
Second time the base has been loaded just in this inning. Man, you know those pitchers got to want to get off that mound there, Nate.
Yeah.
You know, feel the pressure. Speaking of the mound, we're going to have a mound visit here. Brought to us by our friends that have a tractor up on a pole. Every time I go past Baskin, I see it.
This mound visit, once again, brought to you by our friends at Kuhn Sales and Service. Talking things over here, and we'll see what happens. This is a big-time situation here for Calvert. You got 1 out. You got bases loaded. You got to come through here if you're Tucker Coleman.
Yeah, you've already given up 2. You got to get out of here. You got to get yourself out of this inning.
Coleman sitting at 47 pitches. They're going to leave him in. Issued 4 walks today, 2 strikeouts, 1 hit, 2 runs allowed. Neither one of them earned.
Been some real patient batters at the plate today. Like,
they've had a very patient approach for sure.
Their vision of the ball is just incredible to not be swinging at the pitches.
And you haven't seen very many swings and misses, Greg.
No, that's what I like. They just watch it like they know it's going to be a ball, and I'm like, man, that's incredible vision.
First pitch down low to Matthew Wyman.
You got to give him extra credit too, because like even playing in a video game, it's so hard to not want to swing at every pitch. I just want to smack every pitch, man. So like to be patient up there and just waiting for yours and seeing that it's not good.
Yeah.
It's another level.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases loaded. Pitch is down low.
Oh, he says, no. He told him to come on in, and he said, I don't know, buddy. I don't think it went that far, he said. Chieftains just want to keep riding this wave here, riding this momentum. Why not? Score another one. Come on in.
Once you get up, you got to keep going. Yeah. Keep the pressure on. Here's the 2-1. Down low, and it's 3-1. He's not getting that pitch, and I think he wants it. Like, he keeps throwing that pitch like he wants it, but it's not there.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's borderline. It's close,
It's just,
but he's not giving it
It's
to him.
too low. It's right below the knee, and they're not going to get that call. This one fouled into foul territory. Moyer makes the play
Nice.
over the fence. Huge out there for the Senecas.
Now batting Austin Smith.
That's good stuff.
I didn't know if he was going to have enough room over there.
I couldn't tell where it was going to land at. I thought for a second it might hit Austin in her camera. I thought she was going to get ran over by him. But you know what? If that's what it takes to get the out. Sorry, Austin.
Ooh, ouch.
Listen, they're trying to get out of a jam here.
That'll bring up Austin Smith, the DH.
Yeah, it'd be big time if you could get out of here with just the 2 scored, especially if bases loaded twice.
That one looked like it was a little high, but they went in there for a strike.
Maybe that zone's just a little higher, Nate.
Swung on, foul tip off the,
Trying to come back here.
I think it was off blue.
That thing climbed the net pretty high. It almost rolled over the top of it.
Yeah, that one went out, fouled off of blue. Moyer check and make sure he was okay.
It's always a fun place to be on the baseball field. It's right there where the pitches are getting thrown.
The 0-2. Swung on and missed.
Wow.
Senecas get out of the jam, but the Chieftains put 2 on the board to take the lead here in the top of the third. It's 2-0 Hopewell-Loudon.
Man, what a pitch that was. Got him to swing on that one. Uh-oh, I think we got a guest coming on here, Nick.
Hey! I didn't know if he was coming or not. Let me grab my headset here. This is perfect timing, too, right in between the third inning here. Let's see. Can you squeeze in over here? Yeah, I should have ate a salad.
Yeah, guys, what the heck? Eat some salads.
Stop it. All right. Where are we at here? There we go.
There we go.
Beautiful.
You know this guy.
Hey. What's up, buddy?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Good, good.
I like that shirt.
Thank you.
It's nice.
Thank you.
Did your boy give that to you?
One of the purchases, one of the many purchases.
One of the perks?
Yeah.
I thought he said one of the purchases.
It is, no, one of the purchases.
But you made
Yeah, there's no free in that. So,
man. Kurt Malott joining us on the broadcast here to talk about the honor games, which are coming up here just a little bit less than a month now.
Yeah, Memorial Day weekend. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Memorial Day weekend is the entire event.
Yes.
It culminates with the games on Monday, but there's a whole lot of stuff going on, Kurt.
Yeah.
Talk about this event. Obviously, this is something that has kind of evolved over the years. We started with the Strikeout for Cancer event, but just talk a little bit about this event.
Sure. So 15 years ago-ish, we started the Strikeout Cancer event, and that morphed into the Tiffin Honor Games essentially last year. Year prior to that, we played at Heidelberg, and it was still the Strikeout Cancer event. With that being said, our focus is going to be for all the people in Tiffin that we can help that are servicemen and women. So that's really kind of where our angle is right now. So our charity of choice this year and probably moving forward is the Seneca County Honor Bus. So that's who we're
I
working
love
with.
that.
Yeah.
That is such a great mission. What they do for veterans, it's just amazing. But, Kurt, obviously you do a lot for the community. You do a lot for these veterans, and everything that you guys put into that event. That was a close play down at first.
Yeah.
Everything you guys put into that event, this doesn't just start up a month before the event. You're talking to me. You were sending emails out in January about this stuff.
Yeah.
How long of a process is this to kind of put together?
Well, so we made this big step this past year, became a charitable entity. Just to make things a lot cleaner and to do things the right way. So this is literally a year-long process. We as a board meet monthly. We have members from Tiffin, Columbian, Tiffin, Calvert. We have a local military veteran on the board, as well as people in the fire and the police department. So it's a large entity. We're just trying to do the best for our community. So with that planning starts, we're looking at always ways to improve things. So this year, we're working with the youth event. We're having a youth tournament. Looks like it's going to be 10 teams.
That's
5 in the
cool.
10U, 5 in the 14U, down at the park on the weekend. And then obviously, like you said, we're going to culminate the high school event on Monday this year. So a lot of cool things that we have planned for that.
Absolutely. And
That's what I was going to ask is what kind of things are going on over the weekend for the event.
Yeah, so it's a great question. So we'll start Saturday at the park. Like we said, we'll be doing the youth event, which will be 10U games will be at Jocko Huffman, which is a field right next to the pool. 14U games will be at Roger Young, which is down across from the YMCA. Maybe a little bit at Charles Dietrich. It depends on our schedule. We plan to have a couple food trucks down there. Concessions going. People from the Honor Bus will be there to take donations as well. That'll be Saturday and Sunday. That'll kind of fill those days up quite well. And then as we get to Monday, the players on both the softball and the baseball teams will be be walking in the parade in the downtown Tiffin. We're going to be honoring this year 3 recipients during the game. So Sean Valerie is the police officer of the year. Lance Ray is a firefighter of the year. And then lastly, James Auld is the Seneca County Veteran of the Year. So those are our 3 honorees during the game. So that's kind of some cool stuff with that. So a lot of little things with that. chicken dinner, first come, first serve. We'll have 250 meals in the parking lot at Columbian, and when they're gone, they're gone. But that's what we're doing is 250 meals this year.
You're not doing the pre-order?
When's the chicken dinners? I got to
That's
put it on
on
my
Monday.
calendar.
That's
Okay, that's on Monday.
Memorial Day. So, Greg, I'll save you one.
I wasn't sure if it was the day of the games or if it was over the weekend at the park.
No, it'll be the day of the games for the high school event. So, and then we just some little minor cool things. I know you guys like your swag. So each one of the teams has a big honor games tee on a big chain that they're going to give to each other for MVP awards.
What?
So pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff.
That's awesome.
Youth winners, another cool thing we're doing this year. This is kind of a takeoff. We used to host the Daniel Wood Memorial Tournament. And the takeoff on that is the winning teams are going to get custom wood bats. So that's a $150 bat that the kids are going to get when they win the tournament. So good stuff.
That is awesome.
This
this one laced into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. So runners at first and second with nobody out. But yeah, continuing with our conversation here about the honor games coming up. This is May 24th, 25th, and 26th. Now, you've got the youth tournaments going on Saturday and Sunday, but then on Monday, you talked about you're going to be walking in the parade. That's cool. Is that something new you guys decided to do this year?
So last year we kind of did what I guess I'd call a pseudo parade on the day of the tournament.
Yeah, I remember
You guys
that.
had your own little parade. I remember that.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, and we now are going to just be joining the typical Memorial Day parade in Tiffin and have a float in that, have the kids walk in that, just some things we want to do to just recognize what we're doing, recognize the kids, and just bring focus to our charity this year.
That's awesome. Yeah, you'll be in the parade with Greggy. Greggy's going to be driving the Hoosmobile during the parade, I think.
I love it. I love it.
I love driving the Hoosmobile.
Yeah, we love being a part of the parades. I think we're working on something a little different for our parade coverage, I think, coming up. But that's a little bit further down the pipeline. But
That's right.
I mean, this honor games thing, obviously, we talked about the evolution of it and everything that's comes together. But you've kind of taken a back seat to baseball over the last couple of years because you get your boys over there in Findlay. You want to be able to watch some games and be the dad that you kind of missed out on during baseball when he was in high school. But
my daughter's playing softball here at Columbian, so it's a great chance to be dad, but also just a great chance to help the youth, and that's where my heart's at. So
yeah. So I mean, you're over there at Vanguard Sentinel. You're doing your thing over there, but what do you do? Obviously, outside of that, what's your free time look like these days?
That's funny.
Free time.
I'm also the president of our Big Six organization. We have nearly 300 boys and girls in that organization, about 19 teams together.
Hey, that one's coming right for you.
Missed us. Helping coach our coach pitch age kids. We're doing a little bit different model with that, so that keeps me busy during the week. And when I get done here, I'm going to go down to the park, put a few more signs up, and get a few things around and get some things for our gators. So there's always a little something to do, but I would be lying if I told you I didn't enjoy it. I love it, so it's just something I love to do, love to give back to the kids in the community.
So you're always around the game. That's why I wanted to bring that up. Like, people might think, yeah, he's not coaching anymore, but baseball's in his blood. He never stops being around the game, and that's why you put this together. I mean, it's something that even when you put it together when you were coaching, but it's kind of something that you love so much you've kept doing since you've left the coaching ranks. Now, who else is involved in this with you? Obviously, you're not the only person putting this together.
No, so our board, members of our board include Kevin Reineman here at Calvert, Brad Schreiber at Tiffin Columbian.
Good guy.
Matt Brill is our treasurer. Matt's also involved in Big Six. He's a tremendous help.
Awesome.
Jack Knoller is our representative from the service organizations. Andy Stevens from the fire department. From the police department. He'll get mad if I said that.
Oh, no.
And
fire members, policemen.
Yeah, exactly.
It's on video now.
And Chad Everhart is our firefighter representative. And again, all the local coaches here at Columbian and Calvert, they're also they're just kind of advisory members on that board. We like to take some of the administrative things out of that for them just because they got enough to worry about with the game going on, let alone trying to do some other stuff. So, yeah, it's been a great thing. We're doing well. I don't know where we're going to be on the final number. We have a very lofty goal of sponsoring an entire bus. I don't know if we'll get to that point.
Coleman smokes this one. Left center fielder traces over and makes the play. Boy, Kyle Trulio's got some range out there, doesn't he? When he hit that one, I thought it was pretty well hit off the bat, but he ranged over and made that one with easy. But yeah,
big goal is to sponsor a whole bus, huh?
A whole bus.
Yeah, so a bus is about $30K. Now, we're not quite there, but I will tell you very honestly that our community's been exceptionally generous, and they see the big mission of this. So that's been very inspiring and just humbling in the same regard, too.
Yeah.
So love everything they do for us.
Now, this is our 4th year covering this Tiffin versus Calvert, Columbian versus Calvert game. What exactly brought that idea together? I mean, just the idea of the two Tiffin teams facing off. I mean, people talk about the old days back, why they had to stop doing it in football because, you know, the stands, people fighting in the stands or whatever, you know, the rumors and all that. But it's always such a great environment when these two teams come together.
No, they see the bigger mission. I mean, I shouldn't say we see the bigger mission as a community. And I think, is it competitive? Of course it is. That's what happens when you live in the same town, the same area, and you have similar goals. So, of course, it's going to be competitive, but the overarching theme is to help the community and kind of work past some of that stuff. So I won't get on Coach Coleman too much for ducking us in 22, but I get it. So I'm kidding. Matt knows I'm kidding, too. But it's just been a great event where we said, hey, let's just find a way to do it, even if we get to the end and it's a scrimmage, but we just want to bring the community together for the common good, because at the end of the day, that trumps the rivalry. It's for the city of Tiffin. It's for the people that we can help. So those are the things that
Hot potato.
we try to do.
So I think it's really has worked, because in the last few years that we've been covering it, I've seen the growth of the games.
Yeah.
Just like the crowd that shows up and the support that it gets, and just the amount that I see it on Facebook and stuff beforehand. People are out sharing it, and they really think it's a big deal, you know?
Yeah, and the kids get a kick out of, you know, wearing a T-shirt ahead of time. They're playing for somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now-
that stuff's big to them. That's really big to them.
Now, when we covered it the first time, it was down at Peaceful Valley,
Yes.
and it moved here last year, and then it'll be at Columbian this year,
That's
right?
Columbian this year. That is
I
correct.
thought the first time I thought it was at Columbian.
Well, the strikeout for cancer was at Columbian.
okay.
That was
Just
the
switched the names. Okay, yeah.
Columbian Clyde game, I think, is what it was, or Norwalk. But
Norwalk. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Norwalk. Yeah. now I remember. It's getting old. I can't remember things.
But so is this a plan to just kind of
Yes.
rotate the event venue then, back and forth
Yeah,
kind of
we
thing?
would rotate that venue. And again, things are always open for debate amongst the board. You know, what makes the most sense for us. But yeah, that is kind of the plan, is to rotate it, so each school has an opportunity to, you know, have them on their campus and do those things. So this is our first year doing it this late. There's some good and bad with that, but again, we're trying to avoid proms and graduations, and there's never a perfect day, guys. I can
Not in
definitely
Ohio.
tell you that.
You don't want to have to compete with somebody else on the same weekend for an event and stuff. And yeah.
So is it late? It's very late, but it's also like, well, if we do it now, we know we won't have the interference, and it's a weekend where a lot of families are either going to spend time here locally with families. Yeah, some are going to travel. So we're just trying to establish what the best time is for us, and that's what we're working towards.
For sure. We're going to step aside, take a quick time out. We'll come back. We'll have Kurt Malott with us for a little bit more here as we get ready to start the 4th inning. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
For over 150 years, National Machinery in Tiffin has been setting the standard in metal forming technology. Our innovative cold forming machinery is trusted by industries worldwide, from automotive to aerospace. We pride ourselves on delivering top quality products and world-class customer support, ensuring your business runs smoothly. At National Machinery, we're more than just a company. We're your partner in precision, innovation, and success. Visit us online and see how we're shaping the future, one part at a time. At Vicek Orthodontics, they're all about creating confident, healthy smiles for every age. Dr. Vicek and the team use the latest techniques to make your orthodontic journey comfortable and effective. Discover the difference of personalized care and a smile you'll be proud to show off. Schedule your consultation with Vicek Orthodontics today. You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome back to Zip Zalar Field. As we start the 4th inning quickly, Braylon Martinez grounds out to second base for the first out here. 2 pitches from Tucker Coleman, and Martinez is out number 1. Back here with Kurt Malott once again. We'll talk about the honor games coming up here on May 24th, 25th, and 26th. Coach, I can still call you Coach.
Of course.
Can I still call you teacher?
Appreciate it. Yes, Greg. Appreciate it, buddy.
Let's say when you talked about how much you love helping out the youth and stuff, I was like, yeah, no kidding, man. And this guy used to teach high schoolers. Like, you gotta love the youth to be able to put up with guys like me in high school.
Oh, Mr. Kinn, I've got some stories for you.
So with the honor games, I mean, with the youth aspect, how long have you guys been doing that? That's something that you guys have just started, right? Like,
yes. So last year.
Last year you did a little bit of it.
Mm-hmm. And we just tried to get some scrimmages essentially between Calvert and Big Sticks down here at the fields, and that was a good format. But again, we're trying to make money for the honor bus. We're trying to do the best for our community. So by doing this, we have a very, very low cost tournament. It's a local field tournament that people can get in, enjoy themselves, bring a rec team, bring a local travel team too. It's a 3-game guarantee, and actually the way it's formatted currently, everybody's going to get 4 games, and it's only $400. And again, I can tell you from living that life, that's pretty darn cheap, all in all. No gate fees, no fees for umpires, reasonable concessions, just a little something to get people interested, down to the park, see what's going on, and get more money for the honors.
And that's, I mean, it's something cool. These youth tournaments are really starting to take off. I mean, you saw the Midwest Tournament Factory over there. It's the kind of indoor facility going on. I think that's really cool. And just these youth baseball, it's just taken off. It's so huge. The sport, obviously, itself isn't going anywhere. But what is it with this youth movement right now? Because it just seems like it's so much bigger than what it was when I was a kid.
I don't remember it being this big before.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, it is an absolute monster. Youth sports in general is a monster. And,
we coached youth football a few years ago, so I know about it, at least from that point.
I'll hear about all these teams that these kids are on, and I'm like, I've never even heard of this team. Where's it coming from?
Yeah. So I got a flyer, and I still get some information from some local tournaments, obviously, and long-standing tournament in the Columbus area has been around. It's called the Worthington Wood Bat Tournament. I mean, that's an example. They have 230 teams that play in that yearly. Ooh. And with that being said, they have a tournament director, and guess what he does for a living? He's the tournament director. That's what he does.
That's a full-time job.
It's a full-time job. So youth sports in general. I mean, you pick the sport. It doesn't matter where you're at. Is it baseball, volleyball, basketball? It has exploded. Our country has really gravitated to it, and everybody's trying to be the next whatever. So
yeah, for sure. And I mean, you see it at the youth level here. Obviously, great facilities over here.
Yep.
But you guys kind of got it made with the Big Sticks thing, man. I mean,
we're doing our best. Yeah,
the facilities that you guys have all over town. I mean, just obviously this isn't a conversation. We're not just talking about Big Sticks here. We're talking about the honor games. But I just love what you're able to do at the youth level with the growth that you've given to the game in this area. I mean, it just, you give back more than some people have taken from the game, Well,
and that's our goal. I mean, our motto, our I'm losing my words here, but our mission statement is create great people, create great people through the game, right?
That's right.
We're trying to keep great people of even better character through the game. I'm screwing that all up. I apologize, but
we know what you're saying.
we're trying to just grow them through character traits, through core values. Do we want to do well? Sure, everybody does. That's the given. But we want them to learn how to be a great teammate, how to hustle, how to share, how to cooperate, how to play well together. Does it always work? Of course not. That's the part of growth, and that's part of youth. But at the end of the day, those are our goals, is to get those values set in place. So, again, 10 years down the road, maybe they were never setting foot on a baseball, football, basketball court, whatever it may be, but hopefully they're going to be a great young individual, a productive member of our society. Maybe they give back one day and coach. Maybe they give back one day and, be a councilman or whatever it might be. So those are some things that are just really important to us, that let's teach those values. Winning, awesome, great. But if we don't win, we want to win with people and have them become greater people. And again, look at the coaches here at the schools. They do a phenomenal job. Coach Coleman is just an absolute legend at doing that with kids. And Coach Weber is too. And again, really impressed with what Coach Otney's done at Columbia, and definitely Leah and everything she brings to Calvert softball. So just great people, and we're trying to get our kids ready for that and get their character values and core traits ready to accept those challenges as they move forward.
Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit more about the honor games here.
Sure.
Now, the event that we'll be covering, we're covering both the baseball and the softball game that day. So we'll have a crew on each game. Now, leading up to that, obviously you got the parade. It starts out at what, 10:30? I think 10 o'clock is when it starts.
Yeah, I think 10 or 10:30. I
so
forget.
There'll be a little. I think they do an honoring at the ceremony at the Frost Parkway after the parade for the veterans and that. But are there any ceremonies that you guys have going on before the game to honor the veterans or anything? Maybe color guard coming in?
Yeah, so for us, we have a lot going that day. So we will do the bagpipes again. So the Everhart boys, Chad's sons, will be doing Amazing Grace again with the bagpipes.
Awesome.
We will be having a moment where, it's again, Major League Baseball does a stand-up to cancer. We'll be doing a stand-up for service, and just our kids are going to be holding cards like who they're playing for, etc. And fans will have a chance to do that. I think that's in the top of the 5th inning to make sure we get that in. And again, we're going to be honoring our players of the game. Players of the game. We'll do that as well. But the people that our firefighter of the year, our policeman of the year, James Alt, the veteran, will not be in town, but we're going to still honor him. He had a prior commitment, but we'll honor those people as well. So those are some of the things that will be going on during that time. I'm sure we're doing 50-50 and countless other ways to try to get things better for the honor bus.
And the chicken dinners.
And the chicken dinners.
Can't forget the chicken dinners.
Yep.
All right, Kurt, anything else you want to talk about here? I mean, I've got you here. We can talk about whatever.
No, I really appreciate the time, the opportunity to be on the air with you guys. It's very helpful for us and just get the word out there. I guess a couple last things that I would say is until May 1st, which is Thursday, if you check our social media sites, we do have T-shirts for sale for the tournament. All kinds of sponsors have helped out behind that. So if anybody wants a T-shirt, I think there's 6 color choices. We have some adjustable honor hats available and some visors. Those are kind of limited quantities. We do have some of those left as well. So if you reach out through our social media, you'd be able to grab any of that stuff, and we'd love to help you out with that. Just check out Tiffin Honor Games on Facebook. Follow us on there, reach out to us, and we'll be sure to help you out and get something that you need. Talk to the local high school kids. The order forms are also at the athletic offices of both schools. So till this Thursday, I do believe, get those orders in. I know Russ down at Bear Brothers can't wait to print as many as he can. So he's a busy man.
And if you're a business out there and you're trying to get on board to sponsor, are you still looking for some sponsors?
Yeah, you might not get on the T-shirt now, but we will take you if you want to get on, and we'll definitely get you the things that are part of that sponsorship package. So I know I want to thank everybody here, obviously at Heart Ohio being some big sponsors for us. Had a lot of great people do a lot of great things, and we're just really appreciative of it because it all goes back to a good cause. So 100% goes all back to them. So that's what we're looking for.
Well, we love helping in any way we can.
I was going to ask, I know you guys got a whole group of people, a lot of work to do all this. Aside from showing up, is there anything that you guys could use from anybody in the community? You need any help with anything? Just want to get the word out at all?
Any volunteers?
I think we're pretty good with our people. If you can all pray to not have rain that day or that weekend, that would be the key.
Yeah.
That would be key. But Greg will still serve chicken even if it rains. That's a rain or shine event. So, yeah, the big thing is just, keep the rain away, and we're going to make it happen and just really enjoy ourselves. So
yeah, like I said, I know it's a lot of work, so I just want to make sure you guys just had everything covered.
We don't sleep much, so it's okay. It's all for a good cause.
All right, well, once again, the Honor Games, Tiffin Honor Games coming up on May 24th, 25th, and 26th, culminating with the games on Memorial Day at 1:30. You can find both games, Tiffin Calvert versus Tiffin Columbian, baseball and softball, right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. I want to thank Kurt Malott for joining us here on the broadcast.
Thanks
again,
sir.
partner.
Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate your time.
And the new games for us will be called the Crosstown Classic, and that will come with a trophy, too.
Ooh,
so we'll have a trophy
like
presentation as well. Thank you.
Man, that's a
little something to take with you there, buddy.
That's an awesome idea for the trophy and a great name.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. So we're excited. So.
All right. Well, thanks again, Kurt. Appreciate your time, as always.
We'll see you soon.
It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
So we'll have runners at first and second with nobody out here.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks, Kurt. Appreciate your time, buddy.
Always a great time talking with Kurt Moore.
Oh, yeah.
It's still crazy to think that he was my science teacher in high school.
Isn't it, though?
I tell you, man.
Well, Ed Phillips was my social studies teacher.
Dude doesn't look like he's aged since high school. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how I can be this old and he doesn't look old at all.
Right?
Like, I really just realized, I'm like, man, I am old. How is he now old?
So Branyan Coleman will come in as a relief runner for Connor Moyer down there at first. So runners at first and second, nobody out. Senecas had runners at first and second, nobody out in the last inning, but Kellen Frankert was able to work through a jam.
I like that he said that they were going to do those festivities in the 5th inning because, you know, sometimes we try to get here early and it doesn't always work out, and I hate whenever we would miss something like that. So I was already sitting here thinking to myself, all right, we better plan to get here early for all those things. And he said 5th inning. I was like, sweet, we won't miss it.
Yes. Well, they do the bagpipes early, so I know that'll be a thing.
Yeah. I do like that. I think they did something like that, similar to that last year where he's talking about holding up the cards and stuff.
Moyer shows bunt.
Ooh, I almost got back to that one.
And this one off the netting. So it's 0-2 here on Cameron Moyer. I think that's the first time I've ever seen him square to bunt.
And even his bunt almost climbed over the netting here. I don't understand it.
No balls, 2 strikes. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. 2-0 Hopewell. You're in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the pitch.
Come on.
This one hit past the shortstop and into left center field. Cash Lee. Actually, that's A.J. Shoemaker on his horse all the way. Scoring from second base. Branyan Coleman into third. And that is a RBI single with nobody out
Finally on the board
for
here.
Cameron Moyer. And they cut the deficit in half.
It's another successful at-bat for him here.
That'll be an earned run allowed by Kellen Frankert. Frankert's been cruising through 3.
Yeah.
41 pitches, 26 strikes.
I mean, he's been sitting them down and stuff so fast that, you know, we were talking to Kurt, and it kind of just was happening. Like, bang, bang, bang.
If my game stream would update.
Yeah, great job there. Oh, man,
This
look
one.
at that one. Not going to have the distance.
Hit high into center field. They're going to tag,
He's gonna
and
take off
Coleman's going to take off.
You can do it.
He scores from third. And it's tied at 2 apiece.
I was just about to say before you hit that, what a great position to be in here. You got 1 run scored. You got, well, you didn't have any outs. You got 1 now, but still, they were just sitting in a real good spot there, Nate. 2 guys on base. And now things are all tied up. And you can tell Calvert's starting to feel it again. See that momentum starting to come back, coming alive again, Nate.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get it first.
This thing has not updated since the 4th inning.
That one's heading for Austin.
And just clears our camera operator.
She points the camera at it up in the sky, and it comes down and hits the camera.
I love looking over to see her face because she always gives that like flat
she's gonna
smile,
like she's gonna slap you. The I am not amused face.
And the 0-1 is in the dirt to Cash Lee. Had to volume down a little bit on that one.
I know you had to hit that one when he went on base earlier, but you didn't want to interrupt Kurt talking about the honor game, so he just snuck it in there real quick.
Just snug it real quick. Yep. 1-2 the count here. 1 out. Runner at first.
Man, that was a great interview, too, because I didn't even know that they were having the tournaments all weekend.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of that. Like, that's just so much fun. Even if you're not the biggest baseball fan, that's still a fun thing to do. Go watch some kids play games, food trucks throughout the whole park. Like, what a great time. And you know firsthand, Nate, how hard it is to put on an event. So, you know, it'd really be nice for people to show up and show out for those kind of things.
Who's on Game Changer today? Come on.
Oh, that's good.
Who's running the Game Changer today?
Not me.
Somebody needs to get on it. Update it. Come on now.
Excuse me.
Hasn't been updated since last inning.
Grandma Peg says time to get the rally going, boys.
That's right. That went in there for a strike. 1-1 the count on Cohen Stoll.
So they better get it going or Grandma Peg's going to come out here and get at him. She said, don't make
Swung on and missed.
Don't make me come out there, she said.
And it's 1-2. The 1-2. Swung on, fouled
Just
back into the net.
Just got a bit of that one.
Knocked off a few of those zip ties up there. Kevin's going to have to get up there and tie those back down.
I can see the net pushing against this camera, and I'm like, I wonder what that shot looks like. Let's find out.
It
Moved it. The baseball
The ball hit it. Yeah. Swing and a miss.
Oh,
Big
had him
strike
down.
out there by Kellen Frankert.
But they tied it up, Nate.
But the Senecas put 2 on the board, and we are tied at 2 apiece heading into the 5th inning.
One runner left on base.
It's 2-2. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. Why go to Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin? Because at Lee's Floor Covering, they know that selecting the right flooring for your home can be overwhelming. They make choosing the right items for your home simple. At Lee's Floor Covering, they have one of the largest selections of floor covering in Northwest Ohio, including Abbey Carpet and Floor. Stop in and see for yourself what everyone raves about at Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin. You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
And we're back here at Zip Zalar Field. Nate Mullins and Greg the Wizard Kinn on the call with you here today on a beautiful Monday evening. Austin Rodriguez doing a great job on the main cam. Getting ready to start the 5th inning. It's tied at 2 apiece. Tucker Coleman on the mound, working his 5th inning.
Seneca's able to do some work there in the last inning, get everything tied up. Takes a little bit of the monkey off your back there, Nate. So both of these teams, man, you don't want to be down against these teams.
No.
It's just too much. It's too hard to come back against either one of these squads.
Leading off for the Chieftains, Kellen Frankert.
You know, we were talking about the youth baseball in the area and stuff, Nate, and we talked about big sticks. I don't know about you, but they're like the original OGs to me because this is the first youth club I ever heard of.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, now there's like 16 teams. Every time you look around, you don't know what they're like. How? I didn't know there was that many kids.
Yeah, my baseball years ended after 7th grade. I just said, I love the game, but
it blew my mind how much more baseball goes on after high school baseball stuff.
yeah. I played over in the Bascom area for my Little League years, and it was way different back then.
See, the last 2 years, I believe we sponsored a team in a baseball league, didn't we?
Yeah, in the Tiffin Youth Sports Association,
Yep.
TISA. Yeah.
This is just one of the many around here. It's like teams that's around here. All the different age grades and levels and stuff like that. Ooh, smoked that one.
This one hit well into left center. Left fielder
Now batting,
chases it over to make the play. Vincenzo Lyons squeezes it for the first out.
He's like Greggy Kinn playing Fortnite, camped under that one.
Are you a camper?
Sometimes, if I get scared.
I'm a whatever it takes to win her.
Sometimes I'll just hide out until this last couple people, and I'll be like, hi, guys. Other times I'll just mow everybody down. Just depends on how I'm feeling.
Uh-huh.
Depends on how many six-year-olds are playing.
6th grade. I mean, a 6-year-old. Ooh, this one hit well once again to left field.
Almost the same spot.
This one going back, and
Did he get it?
center fielder almost made the
Oh.
play, but drops it.
I mean,
Boy, that was close to,
Yeah.
all the way to the fence.
and you can't blame him, man. He is running on the move with that
Yeah.
one. Tried to, like, catch it with the back of his hand. I'm surprised he even got there to get his hand underneath it at all. Almost, man. What a play that would have been. Great effort.
Oh, what an effort there.
Yeah, the ball's flying, man.
Cash Lee out there in center field.
Have a runner come in here. Yeah.
Going to bring up Thomas Daniel. A relief runner comes in.
Guy on second, one out here. Yeah. Both teams just doing some work now. Seeing who can get that next point.
Did somebody just give up on Game Changer today? Like,
It's too nice outside. Oh, have a classic mound visit here.
we're going to have a visit on the mound, little powwow here. I don't know if we should say that between the Senecas and the Chieftains.
Nate, I don't think you've thanked their sponsors in a minute. I don't think you do that.
Let's go ahead and thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to bring this one to you here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We want to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, National Machinery, Hope in Fostoria, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, UIS Insurance and Investments, Lee's Floor Covering, Vicek Orthodontics, Kuhn Sales and Service, Simonis Detailing, the Ohio Army National Guard, and Feasel's Frame and Collision. All proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. I'll give a big shout out to Jeff Feasel, signing on for a legacy sponsorship contract with us. Signed up for baseball, football, and basketball, all three sports. And that's something you can do, folks, if you're interested. Get on board with us here.
Yeah, and then you don't have Nate having to bug you 6 times a year about stuff.
After that, it's just 3 times.
I like how some of our sponsors could work in conjunction with each other. Like, you could go to Feasel's and get your car fixed up from an accident and then take it and get it detailed at Simonis Detailing.
That's right. Swung on and missed. Got him to chase the high heat there. And it's 0-2.
I don't know about you, Nate, but before the Hoosmobile, you ever had a car that was even nice enough to get detailed?
Yeah,
I sure didn't.
that's true. This one swung on, hit well to center field.
Oh, they almost
Actually,
ran
the
into
right
each other.
fielder
Wow.
runs over to make the play. AJ Shoemaker says, I got it.
That was a close one. I don't think there was good communication there.
You're fine.
We got 2 outs here. Still got a man on second. See if Senecas can get out of here. It's 2-2 games. Just everything's gonna be so close and so tight to the end of this one.
First pitch to Matthew Wyman. Grounded to third. Third baseman
Nice.
up with it. Throws it over to first for the final out here in the top of the 5th. No score by the Chieftains. It's still 2-2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Nate Mullins,
For Hopewell,
Greg the Wizard Kinn on the call with you here today.
1 runner left on base.
Tell you about our friends at Simonis Detailing.
Coleman, Ryan.
Find them on Facebook, Instagram. They also have a Google business listing. Interior and exterior detailing. They do cars, trucks, SUVs, vans, everything except for marine and RV. They're completely mobile. That means they can come to you, do everything there.
Do motorcycles?
Absolutely. Base price.
Oh, mobile. That's nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
That's
that's the key.
yeah. Hey, you come to me and detail my car, and I don't have to do anything. That's what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
Listen, if I'm not gonna clean my own car, what do you think?
But once again, their base prices start at about $200 for sedans. That's inside and out, interior and exterior detailing.
Oh,
That's wash,
nice.
wax, everything. And they're going to have you sparkling, looking like a brand new car, smelling like a brand new car again. And they do a full shampoo. They shampoo the seats as well.
So prom season's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna want to get those rides looking spiffy, and that's how you do it.
That's right.
Not like back in my day when my dad used to make me go out and scrub his truck tires if I wanted to take his truck from. Yeah, you want to take it? You want it to look nice? Get out here and wax it. I was like, man, I wish I had Simonis Detailing.
Well, folks, if you want to get with Simonis Detailing, just send them an email at simonisdetailing@gmail.com, or you can hit them up on Facebook or Instagram, or find them on Google Business. Getting ready to start this bottom half of the 5th inning. And Logan Ritzler leads it off for the Senecas.
Ooh. Yeah, do the old Michael Jackson moonwalk there to get away from that one. It was like slid backwards real quick, dodged it.
Do you hear him in the dugout? As soon as that one was a little close, he said, "Wear it!" The 2-0 in there for a strike. It's 2-1 here on Logan Ritzler.
So it's always easy to say that when you're not the one standing at the plate.
Right.
Ouch. I don't want to get hit with a baseball.
Ritzler watches that one. It's 3-1.
Yeah, the dugout's coming alive.
This one swung on, hit well into left field,
geez.
but the left fielder, he dropped it. Unable to make the play.
Wow. Unreal.
And we'll see if that, Greg, in games like this,
That's all.
those are the kind of plays that you don't know if it's going to come back to hurt you.
Yeah, that could be the difference maker that scores them one run and
Could be
wins
the
them
difference.
game. Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just like that.
It's just these kind of games, it comes down to little things. Because both teams just do everything so well. Coleman hits this one back up the middle through the infield for a base hit. Runners on first and second with nobody out.
That's just a perfect place hit, just right outside of his reach.
And they're jumping on these early pitches, Greg. If you see, they're not waiting around in these at-bats now. They're seeing what they like to see. You're now into the third time through the order here. So they've got a couple good looks at him now, and they know what to see. Now they're going out there and hunting for the pitch.
Yeah, so if he's sending what they're looking for right off the bat, they're taking it.
2-2. Nobody out. Lions shows bunt. And it hits down and rolls foul.
Yeah, just like in the last out in the top here of the fifth, that hit was smoked down the line here, and I thought to myself, man, if he misses that grab and doesn't get over to first, that could be the error that changes the game.
Lions bunts this one down the third base line, and it's foul.
Yeah, it's just like nobody can make a mistake at this point.
He's trying to get the runners over here, but now he's going to have to swing the bat.
Wasn't a bad bunt, just couldn't stay in.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Jeff Hammer or Minion over there? I knew that would make you pop. I knew you hadn't seen him yet.
Lions fouls this one off.
Don't hit those mobiles.
No, I think it hit my buddy Timmy Smith's house over there.
Let's see to invest in like a large plastic dome that we can
Right.
unfold when we park the car and just put over it.
Foul tipped, but it hits the ground. I thought the catcher might have had that one, but he dropped it. So Lions stays alive. It's 0-2. Runners at first and second. Nobody out.
What'd you say, Lions on the hunt here for the right pitch?
He's hunting for a pitch.
Oh!
And he found one he likes there.
Yes.
Smokes it up the middle for a base hit. They're sending the runner home. Throw to the plate is out.
Wow.
They got him. What a play by the catcher.
Wow.
What a play to
Yeah.
get the tag down by Braden Brickman.
Yeah, I mean, that throw to the catcher.
Throw
too,
was on the
point.
mark,
Yeah.
but that catcher had to make the
he had to
perfect
grab it.
play.
Yeah, he had to grab it, turn, and get him just in time. My goodness, man.
Wow.
That was amazing. And that's what we're talking about with these two teams, Nate. Is the athletes, the caliber of the athletes on these teams. That's how you get plays like that. You're not gonna see a play like that every game, you know.
Now we're going to get a conference between the two umpires here.
That's your, all right?
I'm not going on, it's just me.
Well, then do your job, but your job is not to officiate. Is that fair? I think it's
Upset about something there. I didn't even hear what he had said that upset him.
I didn't hear anybody say safe over here. It might have been a fan over there, but I didn't hear anybody on this side say safe.
I mean, listen, I'm sitting right next to the guy. I didn't hear.
Yeah. I don't know what that was about, but it damn sure wasn't Paul. Pardon my language, but
It's all right. I almost said the same word.
I'm sitting right next to him. I know that wasn't him. This one fouled back into the net.
I tell you this, Paul's a better man than me. That would have made me mad. The way you talk to him. Like, bro, I'm not a child. Don't speak to me like that. Yeah, I really don't know what that was about. That's crazy, man.
That one down low. It's 1-1 here on AJ Shoemaker. 1 out. Runners at first and second. Here's the 1-1. Inside, it's 2-1.
I heard somebody else strike. We better get the ump over here. That's right. I'm petty. I'll say it.
2-1, hit to the third base side.
Nice hit.
Off the third baseman's glove. They
Oh,
send the
man.
runner.
He is
Left fielder
rolling.
bobbles it. And the Senecas take the lead 3-2. After trailing 2-0,
Man.
Calvert has come back to take the lead here at Zip Zalar Field.
That was a great hit, and just, man, he turned the Jets on from second base there to get home, Nate.
Runners at first and second, still 1 out, 3-2 Calvert. Connor Moyer at the plate. Ooh, fouls that one straight back. As we mentioned, he's riding one heck of a hitting streak right now.
Supposed to hit the ball that way, Nate. Not back it up. That one came right back.
Here's the 0-1. Up high. This one fouled back into the net. There goes our
It's going to end up in the field.
backstop camera is it's taking a toll.
The net's grabbing it. There we go. It's trying to get in the game, Nate. So you're not on the lineup, Cam. Get out of here.
Kellen Frankert, pitch number 81, fouled back into the net once again.
Listen.
It's because Adam Smith's back here. He's trying to hit him with the ball. The 1-2
Oh, where's that
swung
one going?
on, fouled.
Oh, jeez.
Is this going to stay in
Oh,
play?
jeez.
Off
Oh,
the top of the dugout. No, it didn't hit the top of that car. I know it didn't. I was watching.
No, that sound said thud, not smack. Man, hit that dugout hard.
Yeah, that had a heck of a noise over there.
Yeah, if it had hit the car, I don't know if I would like to look at that. That thing was sky high. It came down from orbit.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the pitch.
Woo-hoo.
Gets past the catcher. Runners off, and the throw is not in time.
Ooh, yeah, nice job there. That was another. Man, that's a hard job to call those. Those are bang plays, man.
I think the throw got there in time, but it was a little bit high.
Yeah,
so they had to bring that tag
He
down.
kinda swept back at him. And it was, by the time he swept back at him, he already touched.
So runners at second and third now with 1 out. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. That one high, and it's a full count. Here's the payoff. This one fouled off.
I don't know where that one landed.
It went somewhere.
I don't know how, we just lose him. I can't find him anywhere. It scares me.
He's seeing the ball so well right now. You can tell.
This crazy 1994 style bat he's got here. Looks like
that one high, and he walks him to load the bases.
Now batting, Cameron Moyer.
Now, Greggy, didn't he hit a grand slam last year right here at this field when we were here?
I believe so. Because it might be
Who were
one of
they
the only
playing in
grand
that
slams I've
game?
ever seen. I don't know, Nate.
I don't think it was Hopewell. But I think,
I think Hopewell remembers too. They're gonna have him mound busy.
Mm-hmm.
I said, this is a situation here, guys. Let's talk about this one.
Well, if you're Kellen Frankert now, you're sitting at 87 pitches here. And so you know that if you can get through this is probably going to be your last inning of work here. Perhaps.
Paul's a comedian over there. I can hear.
Oh, that done got under his skin, man.
Yeah.
You're not going to hear the
under my
end of that.
skin.
That would have pissed. I'm sorry. That would have made me mad, too.
It got under my skin, seriously. It had nothing to do with me. I'm still mad about it.
Moyer fouls this one back. Well, they're keeping everybody lively back here. These fouls keep coming straight back into the net. Once again, that mound visit was brought to you by our friends at Kuhn Sales and Service. Runners off. Squeeze play.
Oh.
And now the runner's got to get back to third, and they double him up.
Wow.
So they tried to squeeze play there, but it didn't work as Moyer bunted it up into the air. And it was caught, and then they double up the runner who was trying to score from third for the final out. But the Senecas score a run. It's 3-2 Tiffin Calvert.
Two runners left on base.
After 5, we'll step aside, take a timeout. We'll be back. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. At Kuhn Sales and Service, we've got everything you need for outdoor power, sales, parts, and repairs. Family owned and operated since 1979, our friendly, knowledgeable team is here to help you find the perfect equipment, no matter the season. Make Kuhn Sales and Service your first stop for outdoor power equipment. You'll be glad you did. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
And we're back here at Zip Zalar Field.
Just doing our job.
Getting ready to start the 6th inning here as Tucker Coleman. I was about to have your back, Paul. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, I've been yelled at for a lot of stuff, but never usually when I don't do it.
It threw me for a loop, too, because I'm sitting right here. I'm like, I didn't hear anything coming from over there.
Yeah, I still don't understand that. I don't know where he even got that from.
But Tucker Coleman on the mound for his 6th inning of work now.
Well, and that's the thing, too, Nate, just on a side note, he was the one that's clear out in the middle of the field.
Mm-hmm.
How was he the one that heard anybody say anything?
That's what, and this guy didn't say anything. The home plate umpire didn't say anything.
Say nothing to anybody.
Leading off for the Chieftains, Austin Smith.
See, he wants to know if it was Colombian or Hopewell when that grand slam happened. I'm assuming that's what he's talking about. Who do you think? Last year,
I think it was Colombian.
I don't know, man.
I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong, but
I don't know. We need to cover about 50 more baseball games, and I'll see if I can remember one. Man, we've covered so much in a few years. I always get bummed out when I get used to hearing a kid's name and I know it's going to be ending soon. Because I'm like, oh, man, now that that kid's familiar with me, it means he's probably got to be a senior or something.
2-0 the count here on Austin Smith. Tucker Coleman sitting at 81 pitches, 46 of those for strikes. He settled in nicely after a rough couple of first innings. Those first couple innings, he walked 4, a few hits allowed,
Yeah,
but
the batters are just being extremely patient and just making him work that. But like you said, he settled in here since then, Nate.
Good eye by Austin Smith as he's worked the count into his favor here. It's 3-1 as Chieftains trying to get their leadoff runner aboard. 7, 8, 9 hitters due up for Hopewell-Loudon. And it's swung on and missed. Coleman reared back. Found some extra gas for that one. The payoff, ooh, down low. So Austin Smith draws the leadoff walk. That'll bring up Braylon Martinez.
Got another mound visit here.
And that'll be the end of the day for Tucker Coleman, as that was his 5th walk issued here. Obviously, Coleman's not happy, but hey, things happen. This is a good team.
Yeah, I was going to say, how can you even think about hanging your head against a team of this caliber and the job you've done here today? It's a 3-2 ball game.
So he'll give way to, I believe, Blake Coleman. So Coleman to Coleman. Younger brother hands off the ball to the older brother. Now, Blake's an interesting story this year because, you know, as a senior, I really expected him to be an innings eater and just kind of come in and just lead the way for this staff, because him being a senior and not a whole lot of, I'm not saying that there's not a lot of experience on that staff, but, you know, he's the ace. He's the guy that's been kind of carrying the torch for this team for so long, Greg.
Mm-hmm.
But Coleman this year just 1-0, 14 innings pitched so far. They've done a really good job of really spreading out the pitching so that it's not all on one guy, and I think that there's a reason for that. Obviously, Coach Coleman knows that this team isn't just built for this regular season.
Right, you don't want to wear the guy out before you get to the run that, you know, you're really looking for.
Absolutely. I think that's part of the plan with this.
Yeah, Coach Coleman's a smart man. I think it's a long-term plan there. Looking at the whole season as a big picture, you know.
But Blake Coleman will take over on the mound. This mound visit brought to you by our friends at Kuhn Sales and Service. Head on over to our friends at Kuhn Sales. And I'll tell you, I always say this is like the perfect time of the year. Anytime it's sunny out and there's grass growing, you could use to upgrade your mowing situation. I know it, folks. There's something in your lawn or landscaping repertoire that needs some kind of an upgrade. And I know you're putting it off. Probably been using the same weed whacker your grandpa handed down to you. Head on over. I'm telling you, you'd be surprised at how much easier good power equipment makes your job.
Well, and I'll say this, Nate, as a guy who's always been a thrifty shopper, you know, I've always been the one to go for the cheaper products or whatever, you know, go head out to Walmart, buy a lawnmower, buy a weed whacker. But if you look anymore these days, those prices are ridiculous for what's quote-unquote cheap.
Mm-hmm.
And so at that point, it makes more sense to go to the professionals and get the professional equipment that, you know, is not going to break down in one season. I have bought a lawnmower from Walmart that literally didn't start the next season.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you get the good stuff from the people who know what they're talking about.
And you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
And like I said,
was
anymore,
a lesson my mom taught me when I was at.
cheap ain't cheap anymore. Trust me. $250 push mowers at Walmart. Come on now.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, you're going to spend money regardless, so get the good stuff.
And I think we're going to get a relief runner here as Asher Smith, who's been playing shortstop for the Chieftains tonight, comes in for the DH Austin Smith.
Think he's got some speed to him.
He might have. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe they want to try to get him around the bases here late.
Nobody out. Senecas bring in their senior Blake Coleman. Try to shut this down.
He's out there, like, stretches his neck. He's like, come on, let me pitch. Let's go.
And now we got a little
Somebody say something again.
visit here. Not sure exactly what's going on. Nevertheless, we'll take this time and thank our sponsors. We'd like to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, National Machinery, Hope in Fostoria, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, UIS Insurance and Investments, Leafs Floor Covering, Vicek Orthodontics, Kuhn Sales and Service, Simonis Detailing, the Ohio Army National Guard, and Feasel's Frame and Collision. All proud sponsors right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
And as you can see there, still not too late. Get a hold of us if you want to get on board.
Senecas lead 3-2. Runner at first with nobody out here for the Chieftains, and Braylon Martinez at the plate. Blake Coleman's first pitch outside for a ball. Righty-righty matchup here. Brody Brickman in the on-deck circle. Ooh. Looked like a good pitch, just misses. It's 2-0. Coleman comes set. Here's the 2-0. Down low, and it's 3-0 here on Braylon Martinez.
Gotta get himself settled in here. He's gotta find that spot.
Here's the 3-0. And taking all the way, watches that one up high. 4-pitch walk to start things off for Blake Coleman. And that'll bring up Brody Brickman.
Getting a little bit dangerous here, Nate. You got 2 guys on base, no outs, so. Senecas were just able to take the lead in this one. They got to try to maintain it, hold on to it here.
Nobody out.
One more inning to get out of here.
There's that bending curveball that we've come to know from Blake Coleman. Drops that one in there for a strike. That 12-6 curve, Greg. You know why they call it a 12-6? Because look at the clock. Drops from 12 to 6. Here's the 0-1. And they're saying he offered at it.
Yeah, it looked like he tried to bunt something, eh?
And it's 0-2. And now Brickman looking to swing here. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, fouled back into the backstop. We'll come back and do it again at 0-2.
Man, when I checked the weather last night for today to see how it was going to be, I couldn't believe it. Said it was going to be 80 out. This is like probably the most gorgeous day that we've seen so far this year. This is not too much sun. It's not too hot. It's great.
This is perfect weather.
Like, this is the kind of weather I could sit right here and just like take a little nap in outside.
This is hammock weather.
It's nice and calm. Yeah, it feels good. Peaceful. That's what it is.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Up high.
Man.
Coleman trying to settle in here and find the strike zone. It's hard for a starting pitcher coming in out of the bullpen.
Hey, you gotta feel those throws and try to figure out when to release it, put it where the strike zone's at for this umpire.
Swung on and missed.
That's what I wanted to see.
Coleman gets the strikeout there for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Jack Colatrulio. Calatrulio, 239 hitter on the year, but as we mentioned, that speedy 22 steals, or 23 now, as he got another one in this one.
Sounds like it'd be a good idea to keep him off, basically.
Yeah.
He's not the guy going on base in this situation.
Swung on, fouled back. And it's quickly 0-2 here on Calatrulio. Coleman has him right where he wants him here, Greg. Now you can waste a couple pitches here if you need to. Especially, you're not the starter. You know, you can throw as many pitches as you need to. You only got 2 innings to get through, so you can waste a couple here.
Can't play with him a little bit, see if you can get him swinging something.
And he comes inside, stands him up. It's 1-2. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, hit back up the middle, base hit into center field.
Oh, and he didn't
And the
glove
center
it.
fielder unable to make the play. It goes under his glove.
Oh, Nate.
1 run will score, throw to the plate, and the runner's going to have to retreat back to third.
That's those kind of errors that we just talked about, Nate. One little mistake.
That's right.
Oh, my goodness.
And we are tied at 3 apiece. That was just a well-hit ball there by Calatrulio.
Right, and even if he had gloved it,
Yep.
he wasn't going to get it there in time, but not being able to glove it just allowed them to scoot on over third and get another guy. It's almost dangerous. They almost went home.
Well, with those kind of balls, you know it's a sinking liner. It's almost better to kind of wait back on those than to charge because you don't know what kind of hop it's going to take.
Unfortunately, right when he got up to that one, it just hopped right over the glove.
That one up high. 1-0 the count here on Braden Brickman.
Yeah, the Chieftain dugout was fired up after that. Man, we knew this was going to be a battle all the way through this.
Great atmosphere for a ball game here. And that one misses. 2-0 the count here on Brickman. Runners at second and third, 1 out. Tied at 3 apiece. Here's the 2-0. Swung on, fouled back. Two balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. And it's 2-2. Greg, somebody said good eye over there. I probably might want to get over there.
Somebody was yelling built for this over there. I don't know what that means, but I need you to go.
Take care of this.
Tell him this job.
Swung on and hit well into right field, and it's going to be foul.
Ooh.
Just foul. I tell you what, if that had hit fair, that's scoring both of those runners there.
That's trouble. Because that thing, it was high up in the air. It hung for a while, too.
Shoemaker gave it chase, but he wasn't going to be able to get to it.
So we got a little bit of a breeze, but wasn't going to blow it over to him, that's for sure.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Swung on, fouled back. We'll come back and do it again at 2-2.
This game's getting to be so intense that I'm just like sitting here watching it. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, you're turning into a spectator.
I'm like, what's happening here?
That one up high.
It's getting tense.
3-2 the count here on Braden Brickman.
That's the curse of having good teams in the area. It turns you into a spectator because it's fun to watch.
Oh, yeah. Here's the payoff. Swung on, fouled back again. Braden Brickman putting together one heck of an at-bat here.
That one went over the net and over the whole.
What are you looking at, about 10 pitches now?
For real, right? It's working it.
Here's the 3-2.
Oh, man.
Was that outside or was it low?
If it was low, I don't agree with that. If it was outside, I didn't see that. So that's what I'll say about that. But, man, did he put some mustard on that one. He threw everything into that when he let go of that ball, man.
Bases are loaded. 1 out. Yeah, I'm not sure what that was.
Yeah. But again, like I always say, I would never want that job. No, thank you. Plus, you better watch what you say over here.
Swung on and missed.
Yeah, it'd be huge to get out of this situation. To be able to get out of this inning without any damage.
The 0-1 fouled off. It's quickly 0-2 here on Kellen Frankert.
I'm not sure, but I think that might actually hit the fence and bounce off of it.
You talk about aura, Greg. This guy looks like a ball player.
Yeah.
High socks. Just looks like a baseball player.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to describe. It's just like a...
High and outside.
It's like you got a beat-up junky car and you got one that's all waxed and polished, and that's what he looks like.
All right, that's a good way to put it.
Like it just, yeah, it's hard to describe, baby. He just looks like a baseball player.
Frankert hitting .432 on the year. Watches that one up high and outside, and it's quickly even, 2-2. Bases loaded, 1 out. And Connor Moyer is going to go out and have a little talk with Blake Coleman. Clutch situation here for Kellen Frankert. Looking to add to his team-leading 25 RBIs on the year.
Say 25?
25 RBIs.
Man.
Here's the 2-2. Swung on, foul tipped back into the backstop. Coleman knows that was a good pitch. He just wasted it.
Oh, man. Was he looking for 20 pitches here?
Landon King takes over at third base defensively for the Senecas. As Charlie Palm slides over to short. Logan Ritzler at second base. Defensive switches here. Step off.
I think those moves are made in like anticipation of where he might hit the ball here.
This is a chess match right here. You talk about your best hitter at the plate, your best pitcher on the mound. Strike three called.
There you go.
Got him looking on the inside corner. Huge pitch there by Blake Coleman.
There's one side release you can take. Now you got to get another one here.
That'll bring up Cohen Senebal.
Don't tell me he's got 24 RBIs this season.
No, but he is batting .457.
Whew.
13 RBIs. That one misses high. Yeah, Tucker was missing low. Blake's been missing high so far here. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, hit into the air.
Can you get under it? Can you get under it?
Right fielder camping under it, and Shoemaker squeezes it for the final out.
Say it with me now, Nate.
Chieftains tie it up,
Say it with me, though.
Oh my Senecas
goodness.
get out of a jam.
Wow, bases loaded.
As they had bases loaded with just 1 out.
Yeah.
And just 1 run scores there for the Chieftains. But they tie it up. It's 3-3.
Yeah, could have been so much worse.
We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. Nate Mullins and Greg Kinn on the call with you here on one of the best broadcasts we've had all year here for baseball.
For sure, I would say this is the best baseball game that we've had so far. This is it, man. This is baseball.
We're going to take a moment and thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here, broadcast this game live and paywall free right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We want to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, National Machinery, Hope and Fostoria, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, UIS Insurance and Investments, Lee's Floor Covering, Vicek Orthodontics, Kuhn Sales and Service, Simonis Detailing, the Ohio Army National Guard, and Feasel's Frame and Collision. All proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Give a big shout out to our Sky Camp sponsor, Hope and Fostoria, as they got a big event coming up this Saturday. We'll talk about that here in just a moment.
Big event.
Let me make sure I got all my details correct here.
Oh man.
Don't you dare.
It's it's that time of year where almost every weekend there's going to be something going on.
This Saturday in Fostoria at Foundation Park, that's at 1225 South Union Street, is the Walk for Hope. It's a family fun day for recovery. Once again, that's this Saturday from 1 to 3 at Foundation Park in Fostoria. I'll be the MC for that event.
Now, Nate, I was going to ask you, is that a different walk than the one they have in Tiffin, or is it just moved locations this year?
So they're doing something a little bit different this year. I think they're still, I'm not sure about the Walk for Recovery, but I do know that this is something that they're doing that's different than those events.
Okay.
So there might still be a Walk for Recovery. I'm not positive about that. I think there still is, but regardless, that's the big event coming up this Saturday. And I'll be over there doing the MC festivities for that. That's from 1 to 3. Hopefully the rain holds off because it's looking like the weather does not look like it's going to cooperate with us. But lots of stuff going on for that, though, folks.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be going.
It's a community event. Music, food vendors. They got Kona Ice. And usually when they bring Kona Ice, everybody gets a free Kona. Oh, this one's going to be trouble. It gets down.
Wow. That thing could not have landed anymore just inside like the fence and fair.
Well, and the left fielder lost it. Initially, I thought he was trying to make the play. He kind of thought he was camped under it for a second. And then once he spotted it, he had to take off.
Yeah, I realized it was a little bit further over there than I thought it was. A little bit further over than I thought it was.
But once again, whenever Hope and Fostoria does the Kona Ice, usually everybody gets a free ice. I'm not saying that's a for sure thing, but usually the first however many people are there.
I tell you, my favorite thing about any event like that, Nate, is, it's how many days you spend in your life talking about being bored and there's nothing to do. So I love it when anybody puts on an event and gives us something to do, and they do a great job of it, man. It's not like, oh, there's one food truck here or something like that. It's a whole festival almost, pretty much. Like, it's a whole event.
And it's too late to get yourself a T-shirt, but
ain't too late to participate. Have yourselves a good time.
Did Cash get hurt there?
I'm not sure what happened there.
He swung at that one and missed, but I'm not sure what happened because you don't see typically you don't see a batter get subbed for in the middle of an at-bat. So there must be some kind of an injury there. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, he didn't seem like he was, holding anything or shaking anything off, but he just kind of walked over there upside down. So, Austin, live on the scene. No, I'm just kidding. Austin's like, I'm over here on the camera. I don't know what they're doing over there.
Well, I don't want her getting yelled at like Connor did for asking about injury status.
Yeah, but Connor would wait till somebody broke their leg on the field or something and go out and try to get an interview. Are you in much pain right now?
Once again, that Walk for Hope this Saturday. Registration begins around 12:30, and the rain venue has been announced. It's Fostoria Elementary School. As the ball gets away from the catcher, Charlie Palm scampers his way over to third base. But just a great event, great day of festivities, and this one hit back up the middle. Kidwell with the hit. The shortstop spins and throws to first, but the Senecas score a run. And they take the lead once again. It's 4-3 Tiffin Calvert.
Does that say kids' activities and character appearances? Oh, come on, man. Like,
Oh, and T-Town DJ is going to be there. My buddy Jason Scherger. Always a great time
best
whenever
around,
he's
man.
there.
See, characters, I might just go. Maybe I want to see Elsa or something like that. I like that stuff. No, they always have cool things. Man, I love it when they do stuff like that for kids. Just seeing their faces light up for those kinds of things is amazing.
For sure. That's what it's about.
Yeah, a lot of that coach was talking about with the honor games kind of resonated with me from when we were coaching, Nate. Like I talked about, our number one goal wasn't ever to have the best football player ever on the team. It was to have the best human being that we could help produce,
We weren't creating better football players. We were creating better young leaders.
So like when he was talking about that, I was like, man, that speaks volumes to. I know exactly what you mean, man.
Cohen Stahl grounds this one to the second baseman.
Oh, he bobbled it twice.
Unable to make the play.
Yeah, he could have had that one, Nate. I believe he could have had that one in time if he didn't bobble it.
Matthew Wyman unable to make that one. And that'll bring up Logan Ritzler. Bottom of the order here for the Senecas. Blake Coleman in the on-deck circle.
Yeah, I think he maybe just got a little ahead of himself wanting to get that play and mishandled the ball.
So Cohen Stahl at first base. Ritzler watches that first one in there for a strike.
And these two teams here, just in the last few innings, have just been doing this back and forth. I'll take the lead, we'll tie it up. I'll take the lead, we'll tie it up.
Throw off. And the throw down to second base.
I haven't seen a call.
Did not. I don't think the fielder was able to catch it.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I didn't see him do anything.
I think he dropped the ball, so runner slides in safely. Cohen Stahl down there at second base with one out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ritzler watches that one in there for a strike. That was pitch number 102 there for Kellen Frankert.
2 strikes here. 1 out.
Here's a 1-2. Up high. Well, one thing I'll tell you, these dugouts have been chirping all day, Greg.
Yeah, I mean,
coming from both sides.
Like I said, here in just the last few innings, though, they really, they just amped up a lot.
Ritzler hits this one to right. Right fielder. Oh, he's going to get doubled up. Wow. Runner got doubled up there as he was supposed to go back to second base, but
I don't think he realized.
I don't think he realized the ball was caught.
Yeah, because the coach is telling him, and everybody on the side yelling, step on second base.
But that's the end of the 6th inning. Seneca score 1. They take the lead 4-3. We'll step aside, take a timeout. We'll be back. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
For over 150 years, National Machinery in Tiffin has been setting the standard in metal forming technology. Our innovative cold forming machinery is trusted by industries worldwide, from automotive to aerospace. We pride ourselves on delivering top quality products and world-class customer support, ensuring your business runs smoothly. At National Machinery, we're more than just a company. We're your partner in precision, innovation, and success. Visit us online and see how we're shaping the future, one part at a time.
At Kuhn Sales and Service, we've got everything you need for outdoor power, sales, parts, and repairs. Family owned and operated since 1979, our friendly, knowledgeable team is here to help you find the perfect equipment, no matter the season. Make Kuhn Sales and Service your first stop for outdoor power equipment. You'll be glad you did.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Welcome back to Zip Zalar Field. Nate Mullins and Greg Kinn on the call with you here today. Austin Rodriguez on the main camera. We are here as we start the 7th inning. Tiffin Calvert leading Hopewell-Loudon 4-3. Blake Coleman on the mound for the Senecas. And a swing and a miss as Thomas Daniel at the plate.
The Chieftains got to make something happen here. This is the end of this one, Nate. Ooh.
This one hit the
Nice.
third. Landon King up with it, throws it over, and the first out. That's for Connor. First out is recorded.
It's a good start right there.
What did I do with those? I have my wristbands in. There we are. There we go. Here's that. And here's that. You're welcome. Contest winner coming to pick up her winnings.
Ooh.
That one in there for a strike. It's 0-2. Matthew Wyman at the plate. Wyman batting .333 this year. 14 hits and 42 at-bats. Swung on and missed in the dirt. Moyer digs it out, throws it down to first for the second out. And the Chieftains quickly down to their final out here. Boy, this has been a great ball game.
Yeah, this is one of those games between two great teams to the point, Nate, where they got 2 outs here, and this one still isn't over by any means. Like, the Chieftains are a kind of team that could put up another score with 2 outs.
Yeah.
They can work some magic.
First pitch in there for a strike.
So can the Senecas, and they're trying to work that magic and get this one closed out here.
Trying to pick up a Coleman and Coleman win. That one low.
I'll make a Coleman Brothers Plumbing Company, sending it right down the pipe.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's happening now.
That's great. Here's the 1-1.
Woohoo!
Boy, that one snuck in there on the inside corner for a strike, and it's 1-2 here on Smith. Chieftains down to their final strike here. In the dirt. Try to get him to chase that one.
Yeah.
That one low.
Ooh.
And Austin Smith worked himself back into the count. Now it's a full count. Swung on and missed. Ball game. Blake Coleman comes in and shuts things down
I was looking for the button. I was like, where is that?
as he allows the 1 run, but no more after that. And the Senecas
And
pick up a big league win to take the top spot in the SBC River.
I was going to say, Nate, let's not forget that in the 6th, they had bases loaded. That was an extremely dangerous situation that they got out of somehow.
But a big win for the Senecas and just a great ball game here by both teams.
Yeah, this could
as
have
you
been
got to
anybody's
see
game.
the top 2 teams in the SBC River battle it out here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Wow.
Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the post-game show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, and we'll tell you who our player of the game is, brought to you by Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. That's coming to you next right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
For over 150 years, National Machinery in Tiffin has been setting the standard in metal forming technology. Our innovative cold forming machinery is trusted by industries worldwide, from automotive to aerospace. We pride ourselves on delivering top quality products and world-class customer support, ensuring your business runs smoothly. At National Machinery, we're more than just a company. We're your partner in precision, innovation, and success. Visit us online and see how we're shaping the future one part at a time.
At Vicek Orthodontics, they're all about creating confident, healthy smiles for every age. Dr. Vicek and the team use the latest techniques to make your orthodontic journey comfortable and effective. Discover the difference of personalized care and a smile you'll be proud to show off. Schedule your consultation with Vicek Orthodontics today.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At Kuhn Sales and Service, we've got everything you need for outdoor power, sales, parts, and repairs. Family owned and operated since 1979, our friendly, knowledgeable team is here to help you find the perfect equipment, no matter the season. Make Kuhn Sales and Service your first stop for outdoor power equipment. You'll be glad you did.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. Why go to Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin? Because at Lee's Floor Covering, they know that selecting the right flooring for your home can be overwhelming. They make choosing the right items for your home simple. At Lee's Floor Covering, they have one of the largest selections of floor covering in Northwest Ohio, including Abbey Carpet and Floor. Stop in and see for yourself what everyone raves about at Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin. You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
All right, welcome back to Zip Zalar Field. I wasn't expecting the home team to take down the score that quick.
It was
They
4-3.
won. I know. It's like Nate Mullins and Greg Kinn here on the call with you here
Paul
on the
might wanna
postgame
get
show.
out of
Yeah, you better get while the getting's good, Paul. Postgame show brought to you by Stop it. Our postgame show brought to you by your friends at Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Folks, this was a treat today, I'm telling you. The weather, the atmosphere, the energy, and the ball game. I mean, what a ball game here today.
Yeah,
We got spoiled, Greg. This was nice.
It's this was the best game I've got to watch so far this season. It was thoroughly enjoyable. It went fast, even though it's been 2.5 hours. It didn't seem like it. Went really fast. Really great action. Both teams just like we were talking about it with each other out there. I was like, dude, this game was one of those games where it's like, either one of these teams could win this one.
Yeah.
I really don't know who's going to pull this out at the end. It was back and forth. Tie it up, take the lead. Tie it up, take the lead. Just what you would expect from the two top teams in the SBC.
Once again, you're here on the postgame show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union.
Oh, yeah, probably helped if I told everybody that, too.
Big win. I mean, just a big win for Tiffin Calvert. Now they're 9th in a row as they improved to 12-2 on the season, but 10-1 in league play. That's the most important thing, Greg. When you talk about league standings right now, I mean, it's getting close, and you're towards the end of the year now, and you had these two teams jockeying for that top spot in the league. Tiffin Calvert took both matchups against Hopewell-Loudon, so I think that's pretty much the top of the spot. That's the top of the pecking order there.
Yeah, and there was multiple times throughout this game where it kind of looked like Calvert's run of a winning streak might come to an end here. The Chieftains came in with a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah.
They were ready for it, and it shows you what kind of caliber team Calvert is to be down and to fight and scrap and claw their way back and win this one by 1 point. And that says a lot because you look at the opponent.
Yeah.
Like, it isn't like they scratched their way back against a mediocre team. That's a team right there that should, by all means, be able to beat you. You should be able to beat them, and you got yourself into some real sticky situations, and we're able to get out of it, and that's big-time volumes about that team over there.
Huge win. Big time, just getting out of that clutch situations. Like, how many clutch first and second inning?
I was going to say,
Coleman had the bases loaded.
I'll say this, I'm no expert on the baseball game or anything like that. But
the baseball game.
But, the points in this game I was watching, and I thought, they're making some silly mistakes that they don't usually make. I'm like, we talked about a big run here. It's like, is this team going to get it together and be able to do that? And then by the end of this game, I shut my mouth. Because that right there is the team that is able to make a deep run, because they showed they can face adversity and just overcome it.
Number one ranked team in Division 7 in the state of Ohio right there, the Tiffin Calvert Senecas, as they are rolling with a lot of momentum. And the next time we will be on a broadcast for Tiffin Calvert, I believe, let me check my stats.
Is it next Monday, I believe?
I
think Friday's the softball game.
Yeah, we got Calvert and New Regal next week. Is that Monday or is that is Wednesday? Next Wednesday.
Wow.
We're going to do the makeup game for the Columbian Perkins game. We've decided we're going to do Columbian versus Upper Sandusky, which will be May 6th. Mm-hmm. So we have a game May 2nd. That's this Friday, Calvert versus Lakota. And then the following Tuesday, we'll have a game, Calvert versus New Regal. And then Columbian versus Upper.
Oh, that's okay.
Wednesday is Calvert versus New Regal. And then that Friday is New Regal versus Old Fort.
I was going to say, I thought you just said Wednesday. Now you said Tuesday.
I know. I'm looking at the schedule as I'm reading it. That's the problem.
Here I'm saying Monday. Listen, folks, just watch our page all the time, 24/7. Eventually something will come on.
The best way to do it, though, I'm telling you, just sign up for the updates. Sign up for notifications.
Yeah, it'll tell you when we go live.
There is a thing that you can do to say, notify me when they go live. You need to check that box, because if you like watching what we do, then check that box and make sure.
And that makes it simple for you. You don't even have to worry about, what time is it? When are they going live? Are they going live early? Are they going live a couple minutes late? You'll know.
Absolutely. All right, let's get to our Benchwarmers player of the game. As Greg, this one was kind of hard, honestly, because there was a lot of contributions from everybody.
Back and forth game, evenly matched. Like you said, contributions from everybody. It really was hard because, you look at the stats. The stats are almost as evenly spread as the scoring and everything else that happened in the game. So everybody played their part from both teams, and that's why you had a one-score differential here.
Really, the only game-breaking hit you had, Cameron Moyer had a RBI single in the fourth, and that's when they tied the game up at 2 apiece.
And that was big time.
That was a big hit.
Got them that momentum that they needed to get back into this one.
But the Senecas had a sacrifice fly by Charlie Palm. They took the lead in the bottom of the sixth when Jacob Kidwell grounded out with an RBI, scoring a run. And A.J. Shoemaker also had a single and an RBI as well. He was 1 for 2 with a walk and a single on the day. Had himself a heck of a ball game.
Yeah, it was nobody's Hall of Fame game today or anything like that, but everybody put in work for sure.
But I tell you, Greg, the one guy, obviously, everybody out there played a part in today's game. Tucker Coleman started out a little rough, but he really settled in and had himself a nice ball game here today. But Blake Coleman, senior pitcher, coming in a clutch situation in a 3-2 ball game. Now, he gave up the one run.
Yeah, I was going to say, he started off, he himself
loaded the bases.
Off a little rough early.
Had trouble finding the zone at first, but once he settled in, Greg, he was untouchable.
Mm-hmm. That was the Coleman that we're used to seeing on the mound there.
Mm-hmm. So I think Blake Coleman is deserving of our Benchwarmers Player of the Game award. We'll get a picture and a little interview with him here after we're done with the broadcast.
Like I said to you, Nate, I'm like, dude, bases loaded in a game that's so tight in situations like this, I wouldn't stay cool, calm, collected. I'd fold it.
Yeah. What a ball game here today, folks. Thanks for tuning in here with us on Heart of Ohio Sports. It's been a treat to be here. The weather has just been beautiful.
Speaking
today.
of a treat, I want to ride on that golf cart cruising across it.
Yeah, he's zooming. Yeah. He is zooming.
Big old tires on that thing. It's ready for off-roading. Love it.
All right, folks, let's thank our sponsors one more time, and then we'll get out of here. Once again, you're tuned in here on the postgame show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Our pregame show is brought to you by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant. Our pitch cam tonight presented by National Machinery. Sky Cam presented by Hope in Fostoria. Player of the game brought to you by Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. Blake Coleman takes home the award today. Starting lineups tonight brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. Keys to the game brought to you by Lee's Floor Covering. Our announcer cam presented by Vicek Orthodontics. And all calls to the bullpen brought to you by Kuhn Sales and Service. We'd also like to thank Simonis Detailing, LLC, the Ohio Army National Guard, and Feasel's Frame and Collision for all of their contributions to the broadcast. All right, I think that's going to do it for us tonight. Greg, any final thoughts?
Nope. Great game. Great day. Let's go enjoy the rest of it.
That's right. All right, folks. For Austin Rodriguez and Greg the Wizard Kinn, I'm Nate Mullins signing off from Zip Zalar Field. Once again, your final score, Tiffin Calvert 4, Hopewell-Loudon 3.